Did you say you spoke to Stornoway? Is the old man of Stornoway still getting about? Over.
Well, he was sitting in front of his radio, but I don't know if he's still getting about. But he sounded fine, and see, we had it started off a bit noisy on the band. It was full of foggy gentlemen, Frenchmen. They were having some little contest of their own, but they were on every part of the band. But we managed to burn them out. Over.
Echo India 9, Juliet Oscar, Charlie Tango 1, and Juliet Romeo Oscar. Yeah, there's some sort of competition on this morning at 14.35, just about. And there's another one on 14.24, I think, was going on. But that's all I could find at the moment. Not much around, but we're doing all right here. Started on the irrigation, as I said, and oh my God, that's hard work, that. Finding the tubes, it's busted and that, and been chewed, and I've got about half of it done. I might get the other half done this evening with a bit of luck. Then I've got to change the oil on the engine, and I'm up and running. I'll have to get a move on, because the leaves on the orange trees are starting to curl a little. I think they're short of water. Over.
Well, we've got a different system here. We move the island around and keep it under rain showers, and then we shoot it all up. We send it over to Scotland. Over.
Well, you're very generous there. I wonder if John in Chepstow got it this morning. And the old man in Stornoway, I don't know whether he'd be walking the dog or sitting in his conservatory. Over.
Yeah, I don't know. He sounded fine on Sunday, and it was a really good call-in all over Ireland, and after that, two of my neighbours dropped in during the call-in, so I had to rush the thing and then make coffee. Over.
Well, you're such a popular guy, you know, that's what it is. It's popularity down there. Come and see you so often. Over.
Well, neighbours, yes, but my own family live only about 6 miles away, and I hardly ever see them. I'm just about to issue warnings that they will be cut off if they don't come and visit me now and then. And the Dublin gang, my wife's sister married a big family up there in Dublin. They're all coming down to the seaside here, about 10 miles away, on Saturday. So I'll have to be nice to them as well. Over.
Well, you'll have to put your best bib and tucker on if you're going to meet the family, John. No more old jeans and jumper while you're making that antenna. You'll have to get all smartened up and go and say, do your hellos. Over.
Yeah, it is holiday thing. Actually, it's quite funny around here, because if there's a very hot day like yesterday, the supermarket blossoms out into a horrifying sets of white knees, shorts, and partially about 90% naked women. Over.
I know what you mean. Yes. Around here, you can tell who's local and who isn't. All the local people are wearing shirts with long sleeves, or sometimes short sleeves, and all wearing trousers. But everyone you see with shorts on are visitors. All the white knees are about, but it's the holiday season now. And I saw a couple yesterday, and I'm sure she was just wearing a bathing costume. I couldn't believe it. They'll burn like mad if they walk about like that, because the sun was very hot yesterday. It was 29. And walking like that, I'm afraid some of these people are going to get burnt. Over.
Oh, yeah, they don't realise what it's like going down there. What was it? Jeremy Clarkson, a very rude man, he was once talking about, he says, we're going down to southern Spain on a Top Gear program. Southern Spain, he says, is where the English people go to get orange. Over.
Yeah, you're about right there. But I don't think people realise how hot the sun is here and how easy you burn. Because I generally wear long sleeves when I'm out and about, because your arms burn as fast as anything if you're working in the sun. I always wear a peaky cap as well, and if I'm wearing short sleeves, I have a light working jacket I put on with long sleeves if I'm working among the trees. Keeps the insects off my arms, and I have to put repellent on my face and that, so that I don't get bitten to death. They seem to think they have priority among the trees when I go there, and try to frighten me off. But I stick it out and get the work done. Over.
That's not as bad as the west coast of Scotland there, where in Carlscrew, all the west coast of Scotland, west of Ross and Sutherland, the mosquitoes don't leave bites, they leave bones, skeletons. Over.
It's many years since I went in the west coast of Scotland, and I was camping when I was young, a group of us, all boys together, and the midges came out in the morning, and we left before we even had breakfast. We jumped in a vehicle and shot off, because in those days I was driving an old Jeep, and there wasn't a road into, I can't remember the place it was called. Anyway, there wasn't a road, it was just a rough track, like a riverbed, and we shot out in the Jeep over the road, but John in Chepstow tells me, I think that there's a proper road into that. Applecross it was, Applecross Bay, and there's a proper road into there now, bitumen and everything, so they'll be able to come out quicker than ever when the midges attack. Over.
Formula 1 on the west coast of Scotland. Formula 1 this weekend as well. Another job. We've got the Hungaro Ring, but it's not. It's only on Channel 4 in the evenings. It's the monopoly that Sky have. They're going to do the whole thing, and we only get to see the highlights now and then. But the next one coming up after that, we'll get the full thing. Over.
Yes, I only get the highlights here as well. I've got Channel 4+1, and I'll get the Sky News and that, but I can't get the Sky Sports for some reason, because I'm getting all mine from satellite, and I don't think it carries that program. I've got a couple of dishes out the top on the roof, and I take my television from two satellites. But it's the best we can do here. Otherwise, you've got to dig deep in your pocket and get it on the landline, and that is very costly here. Over.
Yeah, I gave up after many years of paying for Sky. I gave it up about 12, 13 years ago. And since then, I've added up that I have saved paying Sky about €850, €63 a month. And I don't pay that now, and I've added it up, and I've saved something about €15,000. Over.
Yeah, well, they were wanting to charge me here €55 for the television and the internet, and where I live, it's a copper wire feed for the telephone, and I said, well, I don't think you can get 25 megabytes here. Send your engineers down here. And he sent me a quote. I think it was €55, all the television programs and all the internet I needed. And they sent their engineers came, and I said, this man is trying to sell me this. How will I get it here? And he took one look at the letter and said, never, goodbye, and he went out. He said, you'd be lucky to get 10 if you with the copper wires you've got. And that was the end of it. So I scrubbed the whole thing and went on the satellite. And I got another small dish there. So I've got the program that goes to Malta now. I think it comes from Ireland, actually. But it's British adverts on it. But that's enough to keep me going, because I don't watch it very much. But I get a lot of news channels. I get Euro News, Sky News, BBC One, and all the BBC channels, all on the news. And I get BBC One, I can't remember, BBC Two, and the Channel 5 as well. I get Channel 4, Channel 5. That's enough to keep me going. I haven't got time to watch it all the while, so I just tune into the news. And that Euro News is quite good, actually. It covers the whole world about every 10 minutes. Over.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if there's anything at all happening in this country, like somebody lost a dog in Dublin, it occupies the complete news programs for a whole week, and we get nothing else. They don't recognize the fact that there's the rest of the world. And the BBC News is occasionally a bit bad like that too. They don't recognize that there's a tsunami in Japan or an earthquake here, whereas the other programs do. I watch all the Euro News and News 24 and Al Jazeera, which is now in trouble with the new Gulf War. they're trying to get it to shut it down. And it's a very good program. And funny enough, the people on Al Jazeera are nearly all ex-BBC people, like David Frost and that. Over.
Echo India 9, Juliet Oscar, Charlie Tango 1, Juliet Romeo Oscar. Yeah, I get Al Jazeera as well, but they're all English speaking. I recognize some of them actually, and they do worldwide coverage as well, and it's quite good. And I used to work in Doha actually. I know the place quite well, and but the rest of the Arab country are trying to close it down because of the politics, I think. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But it's quite a good program, and they do cover everything from London to Japan to America and Venezuela and all that sort of stuff. You get a glimpse of what's happening in the world, just like the Euro program does, Euro News. They say they do it in, I think, 19 languages or something. And that's quite good, I think. Over.
Yeah, you wouldn't recognize any place in the Gulf now. They're all 20 or 30 times bigger than when you last saw them. And we actually built them. I mean, when we first went to Doha, the main street up from the dock to the town wasn't even tar sealed. It was a dusty road up to the one supermarket in town, mainly German stuff. And Abu Dhabi was the same. Abu Dhabi was just a bare about 30 yards of pavement there, that was it. But nowadays, they are bigger than most other cities in the world, over.
Echo India 9, Juliet Oscar, Charlie Tango 1, Juliet Romeo Oscar. Yeah, I know about that because I worked out there in the 60s and 70s, and I saw the changes in Saudi as well. I mean, when I first out there, they used to give me directions from say, turn left at the water tower, or go to the Japanese garage, and turn right, or something like that, when I was asking for another company, because there wasn't any street names, and most of the roads were just hard soil. And over the years I was going there, it changed. The roads became bitumen, and there were street signs put up. It was amazing the speed of development they had. But it was quite good when I first went. Everybody was very helpful, and the water tower or the Coca-Cola sign or something like that was the point of interest you had to notice before you turned. And I used to get around quite fine, no problems at all. And everyone was helpful, so I had no complaints. But it became much easier when there was bitumen roads and signposts. That took about 5 or 10 years before it was all finished. But there's even a bitumen road all the way across from Jeddah right across to the centre and onto the eastern coast now. So it's all mud cons. And there's even breakdown telephones in the middle of the desert worked by solar panels. If you break down in the desert, you walk to where the nearest solar panel is on a pole, and that's a telephone, radio telephone. Quite clever, you know. Over. Mike Zero, Golf India, this is Charlie Tango 1, Juliet Romeo Oscar. Good morning, John, or it's afternoon now. I can just hear you in the noise there. I don't know whether we can have a QSO, but try again. Go ahead. MM0GGI, Charlie Tango 1, Juliet, Romeo Oscar. Okay on that, John. Yes, they're going up and down, and you're down in the noise there. I could just make you out, but I don't know what it is. The band's been a bit strange this morning, and someone was tuning earlier as well, which didn't help. But we're getting a lot of fade on the audio this morning. The voice is coming and going, so the band must be just moving about a bit, I think. But other than that, hope you're well, and the sun's shining on the righteous. But we've got plenty of sunshine here, and I'm not going to say another word about it. Over. MM0GGI, CT1GRO. Roger on that, John. He came up a little bit on that last over, so they may be coming good. So I'll catch you later on before I go for lunch. Stand by for the moment. Over. Mike 1 Delta Uniform Charlie, I hear you. This is Charlie Tango 1, Juliet Romeo Oscar. Go ahead. Mike 1 Delta Uniform Charlie, this is Charlie Tango 1 Juliet Romeo Oscar. Well, I've got forecast 31 degrees today, blue sky, very hot, and no rain in sight. Barometer stuck at 1005, and the humidity is 37 degrees. So it's rather warm today. No work done until this evening, I doubt, but I've got plenty to do indoors. Your signal was about a 4x5, John. You're coming up better than most. It must be just the band shifting about. But I'll see if you come up on the next over. Back to you. Have you had a strong wind or something? You keep putting your antenna among the rose bushes. I don't know why. Maybe I'm trying to do... Are you trying to radiate the roses or something? Over. Mike 1 Delta Uniform Charlie, Charlie Tango 1, Juliet Romeo Oscar. Yeah, there's a bit of a gale coming round your way, I think, or it may have been and gone. But it was circulating around the UK again, and then moving off to the northeast, I think. But it looked pretty bad, some of the rain patches I could see on the forecast. So, Middle England are saying it's cold, and John's got his greatcoat on today, so it's just one of those things, I think. Ireland's got, I don't know whether you can hear John in Ireland. He had a good day yesterday, and it's not too bad today, but I think there's some more coming across. There's a big storm on the east coast of America. I don't know whether that'll come across the Atlantic or not. Do you know anything about that? Over. Mike 1 Delta Uniform Charlie, Charlie Tango 1 Juliet Romeo Oscar. Yeah, that's the one I saw on the news. I think it was the BBC News or something. I can't remember now. But I thought that somebody was going to get rather wet about it with it all, because the colours were very deep, and it looked like you were going to get some very heavy showers altogether. But as you said, it was moving with the wind as well, so that could have been a rather bad one if you got in its way, I think. But and John in Calskew hasn't got very good weather today either, and the band's not working very well for him, so he's standing by in case it comes up again. Over. Mike 1 Delta Uniform Charlie, Charlie Tango 1 Juliet Romeo Oscar. Well, the old man of Stornoway is still about, because John in Ireland spoke to him on Sunday. So if it's strong winds and rain, he'd probably be sitting in his conservatory watching the birds. But he's still around, so there's no problems there with Stornoway. He'll come back when he feels like it, I think. But I don't know what he's up to at the moment. I don't know where he's got his cursor found yet. But we shall see eventually. Back to you. Yes, it changes regular on that Sunday news. I can't, on the 7 megs, the local traffic here kills everything coming from the UK, because it's Sunday morning local traffic on 7 megs here, and can't do much about it. They overwhelm the signals from the UK, and I can just hear words when they switch off. So it's not much fun on 7 megs on Sunday morning here, I tell you. Over. Yeah, okay on that. Well, I've got to go again on the 28th to the hospital. I think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something for another examination. I might get through this all in a short while. I'll probably get it all sorted by August, but I went for one of these big health check-up things. They found all kinds of bits and bobs that not correct, and they're sorting them out. But I think I'll be finished by August, and I'll be 100% again. But other than that, they're quite a good crowd, and they don't have to wait too long. That's the main thing. I can go in and you're seen within sort of half an hour. So it's and they're not in a rush to get you out either. You can have half an hour's conversation with a specialist, no problem at all. So it's quite a good system, but it's very expensive because it's private. Over. Roger that, John. The frequency, this is Charlie Tango 1 Juliet Romeo Oscar, listening for any new callers. Charlie Tango 1 Juliet Romeo Oscar on the net, listening for new callers. Go ahead. Golf 7 Kilo Whiskey Alpha. Golf 7 Kilo Whiskey Alpha. This is Charlie Tango 1. Juliet Romeo here. Do you read me, John?
About the local station, and thank you for the weather information near London. I think so. The weather here is not so good. We have a last day's rain and cool. In this moment we have a temperature of 13.5 degrees. It is rain, foggy and very, very gray, and up in the higher mountains of what is a snowfall. I think it has come clear, so I think that we can see the first snow for this winter season, HI. But as very normally in the July also. Fine, Richard, here the radio is about 100 watts. It's a radio from Yesu and the Kush Crops of Beans. Mexico Zero, Radio Canada November, Hotel Bacon 9, Charlie Lima. Come on, Richard.
Papa Alpha 4, Echo Lima, over.